for some major life issues. So MTUG helps people navigate the paperwork with name changes, with ID documentation, and that is just one of the many services that MetroTrans umbrella group provides to this community. So thank you so much for donating your funds, and please keep it up. We've got a ways to go on our $24,000 goal, but we're only a little ways into the telethon, so I know we're going to get there. At this time, I would like to invite another one of our fabulous co-hosts up to the green screen to join me. I hope that we have our other co-hosts ready to go. Yes, I see them making their way in sparkles nonetheless. Grab yourself a microphone, my dear, on your way over. While they're getting situated, I will just let you know that we are also doing a micro grant. And I don't know if anyone's talked about this yet, but 10% of the telethon proceeds are going to be donated into a micro grant to support the work that trans and gender non-binary and gender non-conforming people of color are doing in this community. So MTUG is super intersectional. They're working and reaching out to other organizations and to make sure that everyone is supported in this vital work. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe MTUG was started with just a little gift of a few $100s. So this micro grant, when we hit our $24,000 goal, that's $2,400 that are going to be inserted immediately into the community for the work that people of color are doing for trans and GNC family in this town. So come on over, Lady Ashley. Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between, this is Lady Ashley Gregory, one of our co-hosts.
Everybody. Hi.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm awesome. Thank you.
Yay. And Sayer, would you like to join us as well?
Yes,
and I'm
I
going
would.
to bid you adieu and get ready for a couple other things that are going to be coming at you throughout the telethon. So thanks, everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll pass it off to these lovely co-hosts.
Thank you. Which side do you want, Lady Ashley? You want to be over here?
I'm trying to think like what my
Right.
best side is right now.
You do it,
I
yeah.
have to go over here because
Okay.
my part is over here, so we have to make it work.
Perfect.
Right. This
I
is
got
my
you.
good side.
Okay.
All right.
I'm so glad to see you. I've missed you.
I've missed you too.
It hasn't been the same without the trio of us.
I
taking up
know.
this
I
space.
know. We like to have fun, don't we?
We do, and it's been really fun. I gotta give it. Look at this schmancy space we got.
It's very schmancy.
Right?
Meow.
KDHX Community Radio has stepped up to support community.
And we are so grateful for all of our community partners. Let me just take the time to say that right now.
For sure. It's been so amazing. So far, so much amazingness. We've had people coming and going. I see the Slawsies are getting it together.
The Slawsies are getting it
Ooh,
together.
so exciting.
It's very exciting. For those of you who don't know, SLAW, S-L-L-A-W, stands for the St. Louis Lady Arm Wrestlers, of which I am a member of. So we're going to tell you a little bit more about SLAW once we get started, but we have a great show for you tonight.
And I think in order to stay on time, because our clock says 5:05, and I want y'all to take up all this fabulous space.
All right.
I'm going to go sit out in the audience and enjoy.
All right. Thank you
And
so
I'll see
much,
soon, Lady
Sayer.
Ashley. Yay.
It's on.
Is it?
It is.
Oh, I was just talking too quietly. Hello, Lady Ashley.
Hello. How are you, Peter Pandemonium?
I am doing so great.
But we have to remember
Oh,
now.
I'm sorry. Peacocky.
Peacocky.
Peacocky is on the
Peacocky.
stage.
Yes.
Peacocky and Peter Pandemonium.
I know. We raise a ruckus, don't we?
We do, and we love alliteration. All right, so I am going to pre-announce the beginning of the show, and then I'll turn it over to our SLAW MC. So welcome to the second annual SLAW appearance at the MTUG Telethon. And your host tonight is a sassy lady and also one of the original SLAW members. Born at the end of the rainbow, this lady leprechaun had no intention of following in the petite footsteps of her people. Raised in a happy-go-lucky family and taught that her greatest job was to please people and grant wishes, she ditched that doctrine one fateful day after hearing, "Why don't you smile, honey? One time too many." Boo, yes. Carving a raging path to the infamous Blarney Stone, she smashed and bashed it to crumbles, reducing humans to mere hapless grumbles. Banished to the other side of the rainbow for her fury, controlled by destiny no more, you'll never get a hold of her pot of gold. It's Lucky Slamrock. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, cheer for me. Okay, yeah.
Good afternoon / early evening, everyone. I am so excited to be here at MTUG's second telethon. Oh, this is just such an honor. So let's get the show started. It is wonderful to be here. We are SLAW. What is SLAW, you want to know? The St. Louis Lady Arm Wrestlers. We are a philanthropic conglomerate of awesome. Also, where am I looking? Where's the front? Okay, yeah, here we go. I'm looking at you, audience, coming at you. So our mission is to empower women and strengthen our local community through theater, philanthropy, and the pure power of ladyhood. Our group is inclusive to trans and non-binary folks, and we work to lift up local organizations by raising money to support their work. How do we do that? By putting on a show. Several times a year, we hold a bout, and all the money raised at the door and through our shenanigans, we'll talk about that in a minute, goes directly to our beneficiary. Our bouts are the perfect blend of fun and philanthropy. And if you haven't been yet, I highly encourage you to come on out to our next show, February 16th at the Heavy Anchor. It's a Saturday night. A question that we get asked a lot by our fans is, are you actually arm wrestling? Absolutely. This is the real deal, folks. In fact, to keep our wrestlers safe, let's bring out one of our SLAW founders and occasional referee, Rah Boom. Give it up, give it up. All right. Yeah, Rah. They wrote this song about this. This song was written by Dino Fight, a local St. Louis band, for SLAW. It's about us. All right. Welcome, Rah Boom. Can you share some safety rules with the crowd so that they know what you as the ref are looking for?
Absolutely. Would you mind demonstrating for me, maybe? So it's really important that our wrestlers make sure that they're keeping their arms lined up and that their feet are always on the ground. No lifting of the feet. That's not good. It's dangerous. And absolutely no pulling over here because someone's going to break an arm and cheat. And you have to pay for that.
You know, I'm struck by the idea of these shenanigans I mentioned earlier. What happens when shenanigans go down on stage?
So many options. Oftentimes, though, I think the first instinct is just to put them in a penalty box.
The penalty box. Ooh, we'll see if that makes an appearance tonight. All right. The ref is prepared, and it's time to get this show going. So let's bring our first wrestler to the stage this evening, powered by pixie dust, imagination, and a whole lot of awesome. This wrestler enjoys wooing the ladies while fighting pirates and the patriarchy. Don't be fooled by the youthful antics, because you'll be the one throwing a temper tantrum when this perpetual preteen takes you down. It's Peter Pandemonium! Whoa, look at those muscles, folks. Look at those muscles. All right. And facing off against Peter, we have a very worthy opponent. Hatched from a Fabergé egg in the petting zoo, this plucky wrestler also goes by P-Fowl, Fluffy, Fluff Daddy, and Fluffy Fluff. She ran the coop with her crew until her partner, the notorious P.I.G., met an untimely bake end. Outcast because she wasn't your typical white female and stood out against her male peacock counterparts, she blasted gender roles out of her way. To say this colorful fowl is anything but confident is poppycock. She's here to ruffle some feathers, folks. It's Peacocky! Oh, already shenanigans going on. All right, here we go. Now, Peacocky, it is always wonderful to have you on the stage as one of our fiercest wrestlers and former Slaw champion. So, how are you feeling wrestling here today?
This bird is feeling fluffy and ready to go.
Okay, all right. Peter, any comeback, any retort to that?
As I like to always remind Peacocky, I am in fact the most winning Slaw champion in history. So bring it, bring it, bring it.
Oh my goodness. All right, the smack talk is real tonight. So we are going to wrestle. Are you ready? Let's line up those arms. Audience, feel free to hoot and holler and cheer for your favorite wrestler as this match gets going. All right. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Is it Peacocky or is it Peter Pandemonium? Oh! Match 1 goes to Peacocky. In case you're curious, we're going for best out of 3. All right. Yes, that's right. Are you ready? Ready to line it up? See who gets 2 of 3? All right, here we go. They are looking at, oh, hey! What is that? What are you trying to mesmerize Peacocky? What are you doing, Peter Pandemonium? You touching without consent. That is a no-no, Peter Pandemonium. You know what this means, folks. Penalty box. I'll take that. Peter can't see anything. When we put people in a box, oh. All right, here we go. 3 of 3, who's it gonna be? Let's hear it for Peacocky and Peter Pandemonium. All right, who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Oh, so evenly matched. Oh! Peter Pandemonium, that was 2 of 3, right? Even with the penalty box on.
I don't need to see to beat you.
Oh my goodness. All right, get it together. All right, we're tied. Who's it gonna be? Oh, in case you didn't catch that, that was a little reference. Okay. There we go. Who's it gonna be winning the final 3 of 3? Oh! Peacocky took it with those muscles. That's right. No. Off the stage. Before we move on to our next round, I'd just like to highlight a few of our past beneficiaries. They include Yayo Arts Collective, Millennial Activists United, the Center for Women in Transition, and Pot Bangers. And that's just a few of the beneficiaries that we've partnered with over the last 4 years. They are doing great work in the community. Now, if you know of an organization that would be interested in partnering with SLAW, please get in touch with us through Facebook or find out more at our website, www.slaw.org. We are still looking for additional beneficiaries for our 2019 season, and we'd love to work with you. All right, onward for our next match. All right, here we go. While working in the lab to capture images of the double helix DNA structure, she was zapped with too much X-ray radiation, and now this bionic beast is back to collect empirical evidence that proves equality as scientific law. Don't be a prick like Watson and Crick, because if you cross this biophysicist with unfounded misogynistic claims, she'll get physical. Resistance is futile, so get ready to engage. Here to phase your electrons into an excited state, the fifth fundamental force, Rosalind Shanklin. Whoa! What kind of bionic potion was that, Rosalind? My goodness! All right. What is this? Why are you Oh, I know what's happening. Let's bring her opponent to the stage. Once content to polish the floors, bake a cake, and work the ringer washer. Sorry, folks. This ideal housewife and submissive socialite was everything a woman was supposed to be, until she was blasted with radiation from a household microwave. Now, from bedrooms to boardrooms and bedrooms again, she dominates and disciplines, content to take charge and slam arms, teasing ladies and binding snitches. There was a rhyme in there, but I didn't say it. Sugar, spice, and nothing nice, but altogether nuclear. It's rah, rah, boom! So, rah, rah, you can't, where's our ref? What are we gonna do? We need a ref. All right, Peter Pandemonium, come on up. Happy to be your lovely leprechaun any day. All right. Now remember, Peter Pandemonium, the referee stops the shenanigans. They don't start them. So, Rosalind Shanklin, do you have any words before we begin?
I'm going to culture you in a petri dish of pain.
Oh, rah-rah. What do you have to say to that?
I think I'll be the only one dishing out any pain today.
Okay, we got some pain in the house tonight. Let's see who's it gonna be. Round 2, match 1. Line it up. Are we ready? All right, you gotta blow that whistle, Peter. Yes, let's see who's it gonna be. Rah, rah, Rosalind. Oh, rah, rah, took it in a split second. All right. Now, it feels like we're forgetting something. Of course, I remember. During our slaw bouts, a huge part of the fun is audience participation. Audience members at our bouts purchase what are called slaw bucks, and then they use those to pay for bribes to help their favorite wrestler or to just cause an extra bit of mayhem. Now, let's show the viewers an example of what we're talking about. Are you ready to bring out the, what do I want to see here tonight? Hoops of Fury? All right, Peter. Ha 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 ha. Hoops of Fury, engage. We're going to get 15 seconds on the clock. And in this challenge, the wrestlers have to spin the hoop for 15 seconds with the wrestling arm to tucker them out. Well, sorry, Rosalind. Here we go. Spin! Let's hear it for the wrestlers upstage tonight. Woo! Spin it out, spin it out, spin it out. What it? Rosalind. Live theater, folks. The shenanigans are real. Oh my gosh. Line it up, line it up. All right, friends. Wrestlers, shake it out and get ready. And also, can I just say, aren't you glad that you only have one challenge today? Because usually we've got shake weights, we've got dance-offs, we've got wild cards. You'll have to come to a bout to see what that's all about. Here we go. Let's see, who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? All right, we got another tie on the second one. So we've got 2 out of 2, 1 for Rah Rah Boom and 1 for Rosalind Shanklin. All right, what do we think, folks? Oh, what was this? I see a little money on the stage. What would you like to do with that cold hard cash, Rah-Rah?
I'd like to bring up a brawl buddy.
Brawl buddy, what's that? Oh, it's not fair. Oh, so sorry. All right, let's bring. Who do you want to bring to the stage, Rah-Rah?
The one and only Tammy Guns.
Come on up, Tammy. This chain-smoking, gum-chewing, drink-slinging, lifelong Southside resident has turned to arm wrestling after winning every other sport located in bars. She is now the resident darts, Worshers, and Jello wrestling champion of St. Louis. And now this gal has her eyes set on becoming the next Slaw champion. Give it up and let's get to wrestling. This is going to be our last match of the evening, folks. So shout it up. Who do you want to see win? Tammy, Rah-Rah, Rosalind, who's it? Oh, no contest. Rah-Rah, boom. All right. Now, I just want to right quick let everyone know, good job, wrestlers. Oh, this will be going to MTUG. I just want to let everyone know right quick that Slaw is always looking for additional members and volunteers. Whether you want to be on stage as a wrestler or ref, or if you want to help out behind the scenes with creative help like script writing and decorating, or any other ways, there's space for you within the Slaw family. We're always on the lookout for artists and performers for our halftime shows. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram. And just thank you again, MTUG, so much for inviting us to share the stage with you, to help you raise money. It is an honor to do this work. Woo!
Hello, how are you? You did not just see that happen. That is what we call a snafu. So I just wanted to say thank you again to my fellow Slawsies. They are amazing human beings who put on a great show, and we hope to see you at our next show out at the Heavy Anchor. But don't worry, you'll see more of that fantabulous fist fighting in just a moment. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about MTUG. So 100% of this telethon proceeds are going towards a micro grant to support POC, trans, gender nonconforming, and folks that are doing the work that MTUG isn't doing successfully. We believe that it is vital to use the little bit of leverage and power we have built to support our most marginalized communities. And I say that because that is important to realize that we need to support our most marginalized community in this fight for liberation that we have going on right now. So there are so many things that MTUG does for the community, such as providing documentation clinics. The importance of these documentation clinics are that they provide vital information on how to navigate documentation changes with opportunities to complete the paperwork during this clinic. MTUG also provides scholarships that offset the cost of changes that are vital to our survival. MTUG hosts a number of public events throughout the year. They host the annual LGBTQIA annual art exhibition, Transcending the Spectrum, which unites and showcases the talents of our wonderful, wonderful community in the form of visual art, live music, spoken word, and drag performances, all of which you're going to see some tonight. So right now, I'm going to flip it up to the interview, and we'll see you in just a moment.
Well, hello and welcome to our next interview here at our MTUG Telethon. It is my pleasure to be sitting here with my longtime good buddy and friend, James Lesh, who is the Director of Development for St. Louis Effort for AIDS.
How you doing, Lily?
How you doing, Jimmy?
Good to see you again.
Nice to
This
see
is a
you
dangerous combination. I feel like this was a choice, and I want to know who made it because I like your risk.
Thank you. Well, we decided that, you and I have a history.
A little.
A little history. We did Double Trouble Trivia together.
Hamburger Mary's.
Hamburger Mary's.
Shout out.
Shout out. So I thought naturally. I could sit here and do the interview and it'd be natural and we'll have fun.
We match
always.
Unintentionally. We are just like a match made in heaven.
We are actually we're a match made in hell, but that's okay.
Ain't that the truth?
They gave me notes to read, so this is what I'm gonna do with my notes.
Okay, bye.
Bye notes. But Jimmy, tell me, what is your job as Director of Development at St. Louis FFA?
So I actually am like really lucky. I love the work we do at St. Louis Effort for AIDS. You know, we have such a positive mission, and so I basically work with individual donors, and I coordinate fundraisers. So we get to throw parties for a good cause, right? Like
I love
that's
that.
like what we do anyway.
That's like we're party people.
I mean, we did co-host our Art of Pause fundraiser together.
Yes, which was the most successful.
Oh my God, insanely successful. And fun.
And it was fun because we were there having a good time. And for those out there who don't know what St. Louis Effort for AIDS does, it's an AIDS service. That's okay.
We get ahead of ourselves.
It's an AIDS service organization that is here to test people, they do prevention, and get people into cures.
Yes.
So and get them social workers so they can live their best lives living with HIV
as well
and
as
AIDS.
access to affordable health care.
And access to affordable health care.
Yeah.
So that's basically what St. Louis F for AIDS does.
Yes.
And I've been involved with.
You're one of the originals.
I was one of the originals.
I mean, it started with a bunch of drag queens.
Yes,
too.
it started with a bunch of drag queens. We did money, we did benefits to raise money to start EFA.
Yeah.
And who thought some 30 years later, because this is the 30th anniversary.
It's 35.
35th anniversary.
Trying to do math on camera.
Ooh,
Shoot.
math is hard. So it's the 35th anniversry of St. Louis F for AIDS, and congratulations on 35 years.
Thank you. I mean, we wouldn't be here without you.
Yeah.
Anytime you need something done, call a drag queen.
Right.
That's why we're such good friends.
Right.
Hold on, I got just the person for this.
Right. So tell me about your hours of operation, when EFA is open, when people come get tested.
So we do walk-in testing on Monday and Wednesday. You can find the hours on our website. Wednesday we do extended testing hours, so if you're coming from work or anything, we'll be there till 7 o'clock. And you can make appointments on our website, stlefa.com.
Okay, and then, so I understand there's going through a big merger?
We are, yeah. We just merged with AIDS Resource Center of Wisconsin and Rocky Mountain Cares. And our good friend Cheryl Oliver, our executive director, retired. And it was really important to her to have a legacy and to kind of make sure that the organization was going into the next stages of the battle against HIV and AIDS. Because as we've done our work, we found, you turn over a rock, you need more work to do, right? Mm-hmm. So, we're merging. We're moving to a new location in January.
Where's that new location?
It is in Midtown Alley. So up-and-coming neighborhood.
Okay.
Anytime there's a rough neighborhood, call in the gays.
Yeah,
here we come.
Right, here we come. So where exactly is Midtown Alley? For those who don't know
if you know where Wells Fargo's headquartered, it's like a block back. It's on Locust.
Okay.
Again, information on our website.
Because like in that central corridor of Midtown.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was walking through there Monday. It's insane. Like, it's just a beautiful facility. I'm so excited to move.
Well, that's good.
We'll have an on-site pharmacy, medical clinic inside. I mean, just our services overnight are just going to be, if not double, triple.
Okay. So this merger is a great thing because it'll give people in the St. Louis region more access to care and more, and like you said, there's going to be a pharmacy, there's going to be doctors there.
Yeah, and it really helps our caseworkers because, instead of relying on saying, all right, Lily, go make that doctor's appointment, it's like we can walk you down to the clinic and say,
come on, sister, you're going with me. Right.
Sometimes you got to strong arm people for.
Well, yeah, because that's the way it should be. Because even when, even at the center and things, when it's easier to if you get a person, I don't say captured, but if you have a person at one location, and everything is there,
right,
you don't run the risk of losing that person.
And there's cost barriers that people take for granted. I mean, some people, just the fact of getting from point A to point B, whether that's a doctor's appointment, a pharmacy, whatever, I mean, that's a cost. That's a significant cost to some people, and having all that in one place is just so important.
Right, because it's a struggle, and that's why we're having this telethon.
Yeah.
So that we can raise money to get people bus passes or adequate transport.
Exactly.
That way, if they go to St. Louis F for AIDS, or they go to, is there a new name that you're going to be called? Or?
No, we're sticking with St. Louis Effort for AIDS now, but we are walking that line.
And
we got a lot of different names now.
Okay. So, but that's one thing that's good because of y'all all housed in one building.
Yeah.
So therefore, like you say, you can walk a person to a pharmacy, you can walk a person to a doctor.
And something that I really loved very early on in the conversation about our move, the staff was immediately are we doing gender neutral bathrooms? and it was already in the plan. So it was nice to know that that wasn't even something we had to advocate for, and it was something that our team really cared a lot about. So
Well, that is good. That
I know I saw the bathroom sign here, and I was like, I'm gonna have to steal one of those. So Sayer, wherever you are, let me get some of those MTUG bathroom signs.
We do have MTUG.
I know, yeah.
I'll make sure you get some because we
Thank
distribute
you.
them all over the city when necessary.
I mean, it's important.
It's very important.
Education.
Yes,
We
and-
take so much for granted because we're so integrated in the community, and
Yeah,
some people.
I learn stuff, all the time that I, like you said, take for granted. You think
Yeah.
people, since we're in the community, we think people should know that. Like, I talk a lot in acronyms, and like I
Yes.
said something about the EFA being an ASO, and people are like, huh? I'm like, oh, okay.
AIDS service organization.
AIDS service organization.
If you don't know. Now
If you
know.
don't know. So tell me what else is going on in EFA? Any big events coming up? or-
We are doing a event tomorrow during the day. I am at a loss of sleep. At
That's okay.
Handcrafted Bissinger's in the Central West End. If you come, it's a $10 donation to the organization. You get a cute little EFA ornament. You get a chocolate Santa from Bissinger's, and you get a little spiked hot chocolate from our friends at St. Brendan's Irish Cream. So, $10, help a good cause, get
Yes.
a little Christmas spirit.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And what time does that start?
12 to 3.
12 to 3. Okay. Well, I'll probably be sleeping at that time.
Oh.
No, because
Because of that. I'm like, you do Sunday right.
no.
Don't let them stop you.
no.
I'll save you one.
Thank you. I might mosey on over there, half eyelash, half on, but that's for a good cause.
I would love to see you.
I would love to be
you.
there
Yeah.
because you're one of my favorite people,
Oh,
Jamie.
stop it.
Yes, I was so proud of you when you got your position
Thank you.
at
Yeah.
EFA. And
It's interesting because, I've always cared a lot about people living with HIV and AIDS, but I always viewed it as such a medical thing, and I thought, that's just not who I am. I don't know how I could help. So, I did like Dining Out for Life and things like that, and found that, everybody's got skills they can apply to the fight.
No, well, tell me, since you brought it up, tell me what is Dining Out for Life? Because people out there in Facebook land and the universe may not know what Dining Out for Life is.
How could you not know?
Okay.
First of all, shame. No. We are coming up on our 26th annual Dining Out for Life next year.
I was there for the very first one of those too.
Were you?
I was on the committee.
It is amazing
It is
because
amazing.
it had such an organic start. It started in response to the HIV and AIDS crisis, really with just a dinner party at someone's home, and it grew to the point where they couldn't house it in the home, so it went to one restaurant. One restaurant became two. This past year, we had over 115 restaurants participate. And what happens is it's really straightforward, really simple. All you have to do is go out to a participating restaurant, and they kick in 25% or more of your bill back to the agency. You don't have to, use a coupon code or tell them why you're there. It is like if you are in the door, you are helping, which I always love because, there's still such a stigma around HIV and AIDS. And it's like even those people who don't care, when they're dining out, we're still getting their money.
We're still getting your ducats. And like I always say, you got to eat.
Yeah, right? Well, that's the fun of it is like it's so low commitment. It's like, I don't know, do you want Mexican or Chinese? You can do anything. I mean, there's everything from really fine dining to sports bars if you want to grab a beer and have some wings.
And there's even people out there for our vegans and vegetarians
That's
to go
right.
to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to clarify, I would never eat any other chicken wings than yours.
Thank you. Thank you. Make sure that's clear. So, but we that's one of my favorite events is Dining Out for
Yeah,
Life.
and that again, that's kind of how I came to begin volunteering with the agency before I really got involved. And yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you're doing it and you're taking a step forward, and it's just amazing all the great work that EFA does.
Thank you.
And all the caseworkers, because there's a lot of
Oh
people
my
don't
gosh.
understand. First of all, let's thank the volunteers.
Volunteers, absolutely.
And there's can you talk about the PAWS program, the Pets Are
I would
Wonderful
love
Support?
to talk
Okay,
about
go
the
ahead.
PAWS program. So, PAWS program helps people living with HIV and AIDS. We cover veterinary costs. We cover pet food expenses, flea tick, heartworm. And really, we believe that when someone is diagnosed with HIV, they are more in need of that loving support, that unconditional care you get from your pet. And we never want someone to have to face that decision of, I have rising medical bills, I can't properly look after my animal, or maybe I need to get rid of my animal. So we work to help keep pets in their homes. And it's kind of one of those things that you never really think about, right? And
Right.
One of those decisions you're never forced to make, so you don't really think about something like that. We work really well with Purina locally, who is a big partner Art of Pause, our Pause program, and Thirst for Life.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's good to have some hometown connection and see such a big organization supporting that.
Well, it's good. And you also mentioned Art of Pause. That's another big fundraiser that you do, and that's the one that we, yes!
I mean, we do co-host together.
Yes, we do. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, it was the most successful one we've had to date. Even walked past some Art of Pause artists coming in here.
Mm-hmm.
Saw Terry downstairs. Alex is here.
Right. So we're just one community that's intertwined.
It is. I mean, it's so much fun being here just because you see so many people you know, and it's just such a like warm, fuzzy feeling that MTUG does something like this because just the commitment from the community around this cause is huge and it's so important. So it's nice to see people stepping up and wanting to help out.
Yes. So if people wanted more information about St. Louis FFA/AIDS, where would they find it?
STLEFA.org.
Okay.
We've got, again, our testing hours on there. You can make an appointment. Find out information about our move. We've got a map up there, as well as a bus map. Everything
Well, it's great
you need more.
that people can take the metro.
It's right by the metro stop, which was important too.
Yes, because that's very important because sometimes that's a barrier
It is.
to access for care because
Yeah.
people don't have a way to get there.
They don't.
So now, hopefully through maybe a bus program through MTUG,
Oh, yeah.
we can give people bus passes.
Are you going to be a bus driver?
Well,
I low-key would love to just like
get on the bus, Gus?
make a new plan.
Stand high. But that's how the organizations work together.
Yeah, and it's so important that we work
Yes,
together.
because it's very important that trans individuals also get tested, and also
Yes.
that if you happen to find out that you're HIV positive, we are here to support.
Yeah.
We don't judge, we support, because I'm a big advocate. If you find out you're positive, please get into care.
Yes, absolutely.
Because
it is not about stigma. We
No.
work so hard to destigmatize this disease. It is about taking care of yourself. You can still live a long and healthy life if you address it properly.
Yes.
And that's what we work to do.
Yeah, and that's what I advocate for people to do,
Yeah.
You can come to me privately and say, hey, Dieta, I found out positive, what I do. I'll whisk you off to whatever
Exactly.
because the main thing, like you said, is getting into care.
And
That's
getting
care.
tested.
And getting tested.
Regularly.
Yes. Regularly.
Dressing camera.
Regularly. So
Got my dad voice on.
I do have a little something for you.
Oh my gosh, what do you have?
This is a poster that we give everyone for their support.
Oh my gosh, this is
we want to thank EFA for their support in our liberation, because we trans people are in our liberation movement.
I love it.
And we want to thank St. Louis FFA/AIDS in their support of our trans liberation.
Oh my gosh, so down for the cause. Who made this?
You think I would know that? I don't. I will find
It's been autographed.
It's been autographed, but
It's gorgeous.
I can't think of
It kind of gives me like the Obama portrait
It
vibes.
does. It does. So that is wonderful. So I want to give this to you and
Thank
say
you.
thank you, Jimmy,
I
for
love
all your
you.
hard work and support.
I'm gonna hang this in my office.
All right, please frame it right next to my picture.
Oh yeah.
So right now,
She got some nerve.
I think it's time to cut back downstairs to Kristen.
Hey everybody, we're back. Thank you so much for joining us back at MTUG's second annual Trans Telethon. Woo! So I'm going to kick it back over to my second family, the St. Louis Lady Arm Wrestlers, because I have some wrestling to do.
All right, that is not the last that you've seen of Peacocky. If you're just tuning in, we are about to engage in the championship bout of the St. Louis Lady Arm Wrestling presence here at the MTUG Telethon. Let's get our referee to the stage, Peter Pandemonium. In case you don't know, I'm your hostess with the mostest, Lucky Slamrock. Yeah, that's right. And we are going to bring our championship wrestlers to the stage. First up, let me get to that page in my script. All right. Once content to polish the floors, bake a cake, and work the wringer washer, this ideal housewife and submissive socialite was everything a woman was supposed to be. Until she was blasted with radiation from a household microwave. Now, from bedrooms to boardrooms and bedrooms again, she dominates and disciplines. Content to take charge and slam arms, she's always teasing ladies and binding snitches, sugar and spice and nothing nice. but altogether nuclear. Give it up for Rah Rah Boom! All right. Hatched from a Fabergé egg in a petting zoo, this plucky wrestler also goes by Peafowl, Fluffy, Fluff Daddy, and Fluffy Fluff. She ran the coop with her crew until her partner, the notorious PIG, met an untimely bake end. Outcast because she wasn't your typical white female and stood out against her male peacock counterparts, she blasted gender roles out of her way. To say this colorful fowl is anything but confident is poppycock. She's here to ruffle some feathers. It's Peacocky! Our championship rounds here at SLAW are always pure strength against pure strength. No audience shenanigans tonight. We're going to see whose arm will dominate. Here we go. Let's line it up. Yeah, that's... Oh, did you need a... Oh, here we go. Hang on before we go. Peacocky, do you have anything to say to your opponent this evening?
If you're having girl problems, I'm mad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but this boom ain't one.
Oh, dang. Okay. Rah-rah?
I have a lot of respect for you.
Our smack talk is often filled with love, let's be real. All right, ladies, line it up and let's see who's going to win the first of 3 to determine the championship this eve. All right, shout it out. Give it up for your favorite wrestler, everybody. Who's it going to be? Oh, Peacock. No, that was Rah-Rah. I'm so sorry, Rah-Rah Boom.
It was Rah-Rah,
It was Rah-Rah.
not Peacocky.
I got confused. I didn't left, right, up, down, all around. What's that? What's Lucky Slam Rock in the house tonight? It's fine. Best out of 3. Here we go. Line it up. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Keep those feet on the floor, Rah-Rah. You know the rules. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Who's it gonna? Ooh! You all can't. Peacocky takes the second of 3. You cannot see it from the audience, I don't think, folks, but when I'm telling you these muscles are quivering, they are quivering with strength. It is wild. All right, who's going to be our championship tonight? Who's going to be bringing it home? Here we go. Strength against strength. Who's it going to be? Give it up. Peacocky, hey, hey. Feet on the ground. You know what that means, Rah-Rah. Into the penalty box. We're not playing around here tonight, folks. We got to keep it safe. We don't want any broken arms on the table. That would not be good. Referee Peter Pandemonium keeping it together, lining it up. Here we go. Who's it going to be? Give it up, audience. Who's it going to be? Oh, all right. Peacocky in the house tonight. The champion of the SLAW, a presence at the MTUG Telethon. All right. The music that you hear was a song written by Dino Fight, a local St. Louis band for the St. Louis Lady Arm Wrestlers. Thanks again, MTUG, for having us on your stage tonight.
We're going to take a walk over to this galaxy now, and I'm going to interview some of my Slawzies.
Come on, Slawzies.
Awesome. So thank you all so much for coming up today. So I want to acknowledge that SLAW leaves space for folks who identify as transgender and that are gender non-conforming as a part of our group. So with that being said, we're getting real close. We're getting real close. Okay. Okay. All right. No, we got room. Oh goodness. It's okay. We're friendly. We're
All right,
family.
we're fam.
So I
Oh.
wanted to talk to you all a little bit about what you feel allyship to the trans and gender nonconforming community looks like. So anybody want to speak on that?
I've been talking a lot, so someone else go first.
Well, as we said in our little intro in the beginning, SLAW, even though we talk about the pure power of ladyhood, it's inclusive of everyone. And we also leave space for all of our trans and non-binary folks. And myself, I identify as genderqueer, so I don't know. I just like SLAW's inclusiveness on all the different levels and just raising money to try to support groups that are really doing good very locally in the community.
Another thing we do is when we ask beneficiaries that we have them fill out a form to work with us so we can get them money. And one of the things we always ask is how do you work with the intersection of the trans community, because it's very important to us. So yeah, that's another kind of way we try to put our money where our mouth is, by throwing our money towards groups that keep that, and just by asking that, hopefully bringing that into the center of their conversation.
Yeah, it's important to center marginalized voices in conversation, so I appreciate you saying that. Thank you so much, Rosalind.
Yeah, in general, I just think that we at SLAW, really our definition of ladyhood is inclusive. So if there are folks who identify as non-binary but also like enjoy ladiness, from time to time or always, that's welcome. It's very much about, we're character driven, and so like Peter Pandemonium, kind of gender effery, if you will, on our stages. And we just know that that's a part of the lived reality of so many people. So we really open ladiness to mean, not just a sort of like strict definition of like cis womanness. We really open the expansiveness of that.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. Well, you folks so much. I appreciate it. Watch that there. So thanks for wrestling with us today, and I will hopefully see you all a little bit later in the live studio audience.
All right. Thanks, Peacocky.
Bye. All right. That's one of my other families, y'all. Say thank you to SLAW. So I wanted to just say that there are just so many transgender support, advocacy, educational, and ally groups here in St. Louis. And the Metro Trans Umbrella Group wishes to unite everyone. They're all about community. It's such a large community, and with all the resources scattered, it can be really, really difficult to find the much needed information and support that folks need. So coming together, we can easily mend resource gaps while providing community support for each other. The Metro Trans Umbrella Group is a grassroots, non-profit organization that's dedicated to providing social and emotional support and building power for trans expansive adults in the St. Louis metro area. Now, I just wanted to give you all an update of where we are with our donations. So total, right now, we are at $7,518. That's amazing. Thank you so much to everyone who's donated. If you look below me, you can see the ways that you can contribute and donate to our fundraiser today. We are looking to hit $24,000 in 24 hours, and with our community members, family members, and St. Louis supports and supports outside of St. Louis, if you're watching, we know we can do that. And this community really, really needs that support. So I just wanted to take the time to acknowledge the soft spot that I have as a board member of the Metro Trans Umbrella Group, for the Metro Trans Umbrella Group. As an ally, they have accepted me under their arm, under their wing as a family member, and I truly do appreciate it. They understand what intersectionality in our community looks like and what everybody can do to have a hand in trans liberation. And if we think about it, this is a community effort. It's something that everyone has to be involved in, and we have to acknowledge that intersectionality to get where we need to be. And the Metro Trans Umbrella Group does an amazing job of that. So I wanted to say thank you again to them, to Sayer, to our donors, and also just take a look. Figure out how to donate down there at the bottom. It's not hard. $1, $2, $5, $500, $5,000, whatever you want to give. 50. Does someone say 50? 50 is good. I'll take 50. 50 going once, 50 going twice. I should see 50 somewhere in there. I said 50 a lot of times. All right. So thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in and tagging along to watch Slaw arm wrestle. And just bringing it back to the work that Metro Trans Umbrella Group is doing in the city. We truly do appreciate you. We appreciate our trans and gender nonconforming, non-binary family, and that's who we're here for tonight. That's what we're raising money for. So to bring awareness to those issues, Metro Trans Umbrella Group provides a lovely array of support groups for many people under the trans expansive umbrella, and we just want to say thank you to them for that and continue to show our support through fundraising. All right. Yeah, come on up here, Sayer.
Let's do it.
This is my buddy.
Oh, that was so much fun.
It was so much fun. My arms hurt.
So much good loving. So we've got some transitional time, and I wanted to talk specifically about the micro grant that we're working on, just so that folks can really understand what we're doing. So we are an organization that has very little grant funding, which is generally not the way that nonprofits operate. But a lot of the grants that are available for trans-focused organizations are for working with folks with HIV. And so that's not in our scope because there's so many fantastic organizations locally that do that work. So one of the grants that we got, it was through the Trans Justice Fund, and it was a micro grant. And basically, we just had to write a story about the work we were doing. We didn't even necessarily have to be a nonprofit. And so that initial seed money, I believe it was $1,500 4 years ago, took us to a whole nother level.
That's amazing.
It got us paper, which you think, you take for granted, but having trifolds in community to express what you're doing attracts people. And so I believe that the Metro Trans Umbrella Group has built enough power and enough organizing that we are in a place to provide a micro grant to our own community. So what we are going to do is 10% of the proceeds that we raise, whatever that ends up being, 10% of the proceeds that we raise during this telethon are going to go directly back into our community to serve people of color. The Metro Trans Umbrella Group serves people really well, and we have not served people of color as well as we need to. And so I believe that a way that we can do that is engage people of color to serve each other under our umbrella by providing our space and providing this grant, which is 10% of the proceeds. So it's, again, local, trans, non-binary focused work. We are creative people. You tell me what feels good. You tell us what feels good. We have this grant. It's going to be a essay-driven grant.
Okay.
We're going to divide the money into three, like a small, medium, and large, right? To engage local, trans, non-binary, intersex, people of color to lead and do the work that we're not doing, and use our space and use our resources. It's time, it's powerful, it's important, and if all of us did this, right, use the leverages that we have, we'd be able to take care of our own humans. So I'm really proud of this, to be part of our second telethon to create a micro
one,
grant.
y'all, the second one.
So, right. So all the official information is going to come out in February, and there will be 6 weeks, 8 weeks to get the essays in. We will have time at our headquarters to help people with the process. Come and talk to us. We will help you write the process, and then it will be juried.
I will spell check for you. APA format. I got this.
So it'll be juried by humans that are not affiliated with the Metro Trans Umbrella Group, so that we can do it as fairly as possible. And it will be awarded on May 20th, which is the newly named Transgender Day of Resilience, which is 6 months to the date of TDOR, Transgender Day of Remembrance. So it's an exciting addition to this already fabulous thing we have going on.
That's amazing. That's such great information, Sayer. Thank you for putting that money back into the community, especially for POC, people of color.
For sure. It's important. All right. What else should we talk about, Lady Ashley? We've got about 5 more minutes until we're going to transition to our next thing.
Oh my gosh, I just want to talk about some of the amazing things that maybe the Metro Trans Umbrella Group is going to be doing coming into the new year.
Okay.
Yeah, so what is that looking like? Are we doing any events? We got any special things coming up?
Well, this is our pinnacle event for sure. We're going to definitely have a snowball dance, a winter prom. Where is that? What is that? February 16th at the Monocle.
You can get all fancy and schmancy and come dance the night away with us.
Because it is super fun. And then what's the date of the next art show? Do we have that? No.
No date for the next art show,
it's
but
coming.
it will be fire.
Yes.
It will be fire. So come and dance the night with us away at our winter snowball. If you don't like to dance, we have a quiet corner where we have coloring books, pens, colored pencils, fidget spinners. So there's a little bit of something for everybody. We're all inclusive here at the Metro Trans Umbrella Group, and we just want to make sure that everybody's having fun. So
For sure.
Yeah.
And then, well, you know, in this house, right? This house that is the most amazing gift. It has changed the trajectory of our organization. It has changed the ability for our organization to provide services for our most vulnerable folks. Later on during the show, you're going to see a tour of this house. I mean, it's... Tim started talking to me about 2 years ago about we need a bigger space, we need a bigger space. And I was very worried about what we could get for the amount of money that we could afford. And having a family donate this house was the answer to whatever universal scream we had going on.
it was so amazing to have that gift given to us. And now we have an amazing space where we can come together as community, not only for the many support